Hey guys, we're going to get into this week's curriculum. Once again, when we get to the class, we're going to start with warm-up. We're going to hit the 3-minute jog. We're going to hit the 10 sprints after the 3-minute jog. And then we're going to have 3 minutes of the reverse snake and the snake movement. You guys can refer back to the YouTube station if you'd like to see how to perform those warm-ups. And then right after that warm-up, we're going to hop right into. We're going to start with the 3 triangles that we did last week. Just to review those one more time. We're going to go the arm in, arm out, the scissor, and then the arm in, arm out, scissor, and triangle. Also in this warm-up, during this warm-up time, we're going to practice 3 different types of arm bars, okay? Very similar to what we were doing before. We're going to start with the classic. Then we're going to work what I call the cross arm bar. I take his arms, I cross them. Whichever arm's on bottom, that foot's going to go to that hip. Taking angle opposite of the arm I'm attacking, this hand back to his head, this leg around, knees together, and pop. And then we're going to do the windmill. And the windmill is going to be an arm bar. We keep our bodies loose. We're going to keep motion the entire time. This leg's going to come up. I bang my hamstring down on his thigh, and it starts to create a rhythm. And I'm going to be side to side. Notice I keep his hands in the middle of my chest and how he allows me to move into my position. And by the time I arm bar, I'm in that perpendicular position, completely across from the arm that I'm attacking. Able to look into the ear opposite of the arm I'm attacking. Okay, guys? Keeping the knees squeezed and the hips up. After we work this, we're going to get into the next thing. And we're going to practice that Kimura armbar triangle sequence. We'll fan these arms out. I'm going to come to my Kimura. He straightens his arm. I push off his hip with my hamstring. Foot to his hip, I tank that angle one more time, hand to the face. He's going to pull his arm out, and then we come triangle. So one more time. Kimura, straightens his arm, arm bar, and then triangle. Now from the triangle, we're going to hit the defense. So every time he goes to the triangle, we're going to hit the defenses of the triangle of last week. This guy's going to secure, he's going to gable grip, he's going to pull my hips in tight, he's going to create a posture right here. The first move, he's just going to swim his arm in, he brings his arm in, he comes gable grip, pushes the hip down, and boom. So one more time. Right into the defense, swimming the arm in, good posture, pushing down, and then, so every other time we're going to hit the defense number 1 and then the defense 2. And the defense 2, remember, is going to be that throw by. So by the time we get to that triangle position, once again he's going to posture, he locks my hips in. Now, when we go this throw by position, he's going to come up off his knees. He has that hip up high, so I can't reset that triangle. And he's pushing my hip down here. He's going to bring this leg by. He throws it by. He's going to slide the body. And he comes side mount. Now when he's side mount, we're going to practice from here. We're going to go the sideways cross choke. He's going to feed this lapel into the hand behind my neck. He's going to come parallel with my body. Notice my arm's still underneath his arm, and his head comes low, and he cranks my head up to tap. So one more time. So everything when we come side mount right now will be that sideways cross choke. He feeds this hand. He comes parallel with my body into tap. Okay, guys? So then after that, we're going to get right back on that guard pass situation. something we really haven't gone over yet, something we're going to get deep and involved into, okay? So the first guard pass I call the kid pass, because it's how I teach the kids to pass the guard first. It's just, there's a lot of fundamental and structural things that I like about the position, and I think you can find a lot of strength in what we're doing, even though it's very basic, okay? But from here, we keep this posture, of course. I'm going to put one knee in between his legs, and this other leg comes from behind. As I'm sitting back to my leg, I'm going to be putting pressure with my hands, my elbows, into the insides of his thighs. From here, if you don't like having both your hands free, you can make the separation right here, but I sit back, okay? As I sit back, I'm going to bring these arms in, but they're not touching the floor, and I'm never going to bring my head low. I bring my hands in, I catch the tops of his thighs, I square up, and I pull him into me. I pull him into me to keep his butt and back up off the mat. From this position, it's like an earmuff. I'm going to hide my head, and I'm just going to twist my body down. I'm going to slide. This elbow stays alongside his body here. Comes behind. Maybe I like to control his gi like this. I come up to a side mount. Now once again, we come side mount here. We're going to hit that sideways cross choke. I'm going to feed this hand in. I'm going to grab thumb in grip. I walk sideways. I bring my head down, lift my head up, and tap. Now, we're going to hit one of the strongest passes that I think is in the Jiu-Jitsu game, and that's his standing pass, okay? And this is going to start off, I like to hold his lapel, and I like to put my fist right in his sternum. My elbow's in. The reason I like the pressure here is if he tries to sit up and grab me, I'm able to stop his movement of his body to keep him flat. Then I like to grab the sleeve. I curl my fingers on the inside of the lapel, and I'm going to pull his elbow past his shin, past his thigh. Once again, I'm going to have a lot of posture right here, okay? From this position, I step up my leg first. The leg that I step up first is the side of the arm that I'm controlling. I do that because it's hard for him to attack my leg now. Once again, I don't want him to have a free leg, free motion with this leg, so I'm really pinning that leg in between my thigh. Keep that close. From this position, I'm going to step my other leg up, and I take a nice posture here, okay? I like to have a wide stance. If I have a really wide stance, he's going to have to go inside that leg and let go of this leg in order to play again, to maybe try to sweep. I'm still controlling this a lot. That being said, I'm going to have this hand on this knee. And I shake, I open his leg and I push, and I'm going to bring my knee right on top of his leg. Then I get to this position here, and I'm pinning that leg, and I really have my hip in, and I have a tall posture, okay? And once again, I really like to control this arm. I'm just going to shrug this bi off my shoulder. I'm going to come right around to side mount right here. Now when we get here, we're also, this week, we're going to practice escaping that side mount, just simple basic structural positioning. So we're going to let go of this arm, and let's come to that side mount position. This arm underneath his shoulder, I have that gable grip, my shin's in his shoulder. This guy's going to start to create space. He has both his hands in front of his chest, his elbows in, and he's going to start to snake away from me, pushing his hip. Now when he does this, when he's pushing his hip, he's going to keep his head tucked, and he's first basing off with this hand on my hip. And he's doing that so I can't come close to him. But now when I'm here, since I'm going in this direction, I'm going to want him to change his direction. So he builds up to his knees. This hand's going to come to my hip, and that other hand that was on my hip now comes up to his elbow, and he's going to use that and this hip to push himself back up to his knees, create space, and back to a posture. Let's watch this again. If his head's really tight, just push the head away. Once again, we're just allowing ourselves to drill. So he's going to snake away, and I want him to tuck his head underneath my body. I want everyone's shoulders to their chins the entire time. Now when we're here, we're pushing away, we switch the direction of the angle, and we come right back up into that postured position. One more time. He pushes away, he's snaking out, he's tucking his head, this head's tucked, and he's out from the angle. All right, guys, thank you very much. That was this week's curriculum. I hope you have fun watching it, and get ready for next week, because it's all going to add up. Thank you. Whoa!